Okay, so we have a little flaw here in the paint. It's starting to chip just a little bit around there. Looks like somebody tried to touch that up in the past. On the side, if you look closely here, at one point the hood was rubbing, so there's a little bit of paint gone there. That doesn't look like that should be too big of a touch-up. All the chrome up front's in good shape. You know, a little bit of pitting, not too much at all. That's actually in pretty good shape all around. Bumpers are in good shape. All the lenses and the headlamps are in good shape. If we walk around to the passenger side, there's one paint flaw right up in the front there, not too big. A little bit where the paint's chipped over the years. There's a couple little paint chips over the rear passenger fender well that are starting to come off. But if you look into the fender wells, they're all clean with some of this paint still on them. There's no rust. Usually down here you'll find some rust. That's all solid metal. Same with right back here. All solid metal inside this lip. Same up with front right here. If you look into there, you'll see that it's all metal, no rust on the rockers. Chrome moldings are all in good shape right there. Back, rear bumper and tailpipe is in good shape. Inside here we have the battery cutoff switch. Original style spare tire with the original jack and tools still included in there. The only problems with the top are this little tear right here that looks like it's gone all the way through. It's fairly minor right there. You can get a close-up of that. Plastic rear windows in good shape, really no yellowing or cracking or scratching. And then if you come onto the driver's side, there's some stress cracking in the top right there where it's just real paper thin. And also on the inside there, if you crawl in there, you can see a little lights shining forward. That's the only problem with the top, otherwise it's in good shape. Interior wise, the only problem with the interior is right down here. It's believed to be the original interior that came with this car, but we have a little bit of a tear or separation right there over the years of people sliding in and out. Actually, I did lie, there is one more interior flaw right there. There's a little separation on the center console where this is starting to come undone, but that's not too big of a deal. The rest of the center console is in really good shape. Wood steering wheel is still in really good shape. Not a lot of cracking there. A little bit of that clear on the steering wheel is coming off. Dashboard and the topper are both in good shape. The wood's actually held up remarkably well. There's a little bit of a crack or a little bit of a wood imperfection on that side. I'll kind of show you a closer up of that. But the back seat's all in good shape. Carpets are excellent. The floors aren't rusty at all. Right, so everything under here is pretty solid. No major leaks or anything like that. We did replace the valve cover gasket when we brought it in and kind of cleaned everything up because there was a leak coming from the valve cover. We did rebuild the carburetors as well, so those are all set to go and they run just fine. There's no rust underneath here. Everything's in working order. It runs nice on the highway, doesn't overheat. Looks to me like it's a little bit of a newer radiator possibly. So there's a slight separation here on the weather stripping on the driver's side. Across, it's actually in really good shape, and the same problem is happening on the other side, and we'll get a picture or video of that as well. The only imperfection on the wood is just a slight cracking right there. Everything else is in good shape still. Still smooth to the touch. So the door sills right there, they're all in good shape, as well as underneath. All in excellent shape along with the door covers there, door panels. Still the original body color can be seen there, the original paint, I think in the door jambs as well. about 3,000 RPM. The overdrive does work, so we'll kick that in real quick. Just right down into overdrive. Now we're about 45 and 2,500 RPM. All the gauges work. The speedometer is a little wiggly there, as you can see, but at cruising speed we're about 40 or 50 pounds of oil pressure. The car is at temp, so it's just about 170, 180. 50, there's no shakes or shimmies in the steering wheel. The alignment is slightly off, but not bad. And as you can see, there's really not a whole lot of play, just a little bit, which is pretty typical for a car this age. The gearbox is phenomenal in this car. Everything works. All the synchros are there. There's no grinding or anything like that. So we're about up to highway speeds now. We'll just pop it into overdrive there and it cruises nicely. Okay, so here is the original driver's handbook that came along with the car. It is pretty cool because it's so well preserved. None of the pages are ripped or anything like that. It is a little dirty over the years. What is really cool though is the fact that somebody, one of the previous owners, actually scribbled down some of the maintenance that they had done to the car. The dates go back to March of 1979. So that's kind of interesting, and they did document the mileage as well, which was about 45,000 miles in 1979. Since the late 70s, the car has actually only put about 15,000 miles on it, and I can document and confirm that those are the original miles through the previous owner's inspection records that he had kept. So that's kind of a cool little piece of history on the vehicle. Another cool piece of history on the vehicle is an original Michelin warranty card that was issued with the car back in 1972. At that point the car had 31,000 miles on it. One of the previous owners is written on there, and it was done on December 7th, 1972. Okay, so and this is some of the original paperwork and titles that document the car's history. These are all copies. I did speak to a gentleman at the BJ8 registry, and he does have some of the original North Carolina and DMV records that these were copied from, so he did say that he'd be happy to provide those for whoever buys the car. So if you do end up purchasing the Austin-Healey, I'd be more than happy to include those with the sale. This is the import documents, some of the original titles. I have the title from the original owner, some of the original title assignments, including some of the original registration with the original license plate number on there. So kind of a cool piece of history, and really documents the car well and shows the entire history of the vehicle. Along with that, I also did get a British heritage certificate with the car. It does confirm that the car was originally painted Colorado red, and it does have the original black interior in it. Along with that, we were also able to confirm that the motor is numbers matching along with the rear axle. So kind of a cool piece of history, and something that we'd be more than happy to include with the car. Thanks so much for watching our video of our 1965 Austin-Healey. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact us at 970-573-5291. You can either ask for Garrett or Ryan, and we'd be more than happy to answer any of the questions you might have.